Hey people, and next I'm going to show you now what I'm using to charge. It's interesting for people to know this because, in fairness, why have 4 or 5 chargers for your devices when you can have one? That's the way I look at it. So I opted to buy this device. So this is a Ralph Power. Don't know the model number. This is a PD Pioneer 65 watt 4-port desktop charger. So how this works, got 2 USB ports and 2 USB-C ports, and the 2 USB-C ports have full range of all power. Whenever you plug anything in here, it will rob these two of 18 watts for these two. So in theory, you'll be charging it somewhere around about 45 watts across the 2 of these. That's how it works. So if you've got 2 devices, 18 watts in them, and then whatever's in there is going to be 45 watt. Or if you've got 2, then it will split that as well. So you're talking 20 odds, probably about 25 watt, 22 watt or something around there. Something to be aware of when using this. Yes, this at 65 watt will charge a laptop at USB-C, but that means you can't charge anything else. So if you've got a laptop and you want to charge through this, you can. Steam Deck, you can, full speed. And it just uses an 8-pin, or whatever the name of this connection is. I used to just call it an 8-pin, or it's not really an 8-pin, but it's a figure of an 8-pin or 2-pin connector basically. So that supports 110 standard American and 240 British and EU, everything. It switches, so you can plug that in anywhere you want. Just plug that straight in, off you go. That's why I opted for this. But now I have a USB-C laptop, I have a Steam Deck, my mobile phone, Bluetooth speaker that's also on USB-C. I mean, I'm not going to charge all these devices at once, but if I ever did decide to, it's going to be slow. And my battery packs. So I'm steering away from 65 watt, I need more. So I opted to buy the same charger, 120 watt. Now these things are rare as hell, super rare. So if you can get your hands on one, get one. But yeah, I've discarded my phone chargers, everything. I mean, they're spares. I'm still going to keep them, but I never use them unless I'm out and about. I'll just keep one in my bag. And then this is my main home charging station, basically. So same again as my last one. I know it's got a US connector. Ignore that. Just ignore it. But it's that connector is what you need. Don't care about this. That means nothing to me. I've got quite a few of these. So they give me a USB-C connector as well, like my last one. It's the same cable actually I use on my power bank. Decent cables. Okay, I know they can supply 65 watt, but any more than that I couldn't tell you. I would have thought they could. And here is the big daddy. This thing is humongous. But again, same configuration, it'd be the same sort. 18 watt for that, and then everything else split across that. Same configuration. Size comparison beside. So 65 watt and 120. Now the weight difference, this is double the weight, and it feels solid, as does this. That's what I'm going to be using to charge. It's a decent charger. So yeah, so that stays at home, and I'll be selling this one, sticking this on eBay, because these things, they're solid and they're decent. So the other thing you can do with this is you can connect. Do you know what I'm going to get in my battery pack? You can connect the USB-C hub into this and then out to other devices. I don't recommend it, but it's more than capable of doing it if you really wanted to. And you can charge multiple USB-C devices, but I mean, think of it this way: the most I'm going to be charging laptop, Steam Deck, phone, battery pack. Well, if my laptop's done, battery pack go straight in. I mean, it's not really, don't need more than that. Right, I'm going to show you what they look like plugged in on the mains. There's 6 keys in this up here. But anyways, so these are my 2 banks. It's pretty dark up here, let me go get some light. That's a small one on. So you get green light here. And also on the bottom of it, or whichever way round you look at it, upside down, makes no difference. The name's on this side, so I'm saying that's the top. So what's on the other side. But yeah, that's what it just lights up green. You can always see it for the USBs as well. That's pretty cool. Cool. And take a look at that. The other one's still got residual power on it, so it's still on. But I mean that's like bright light. When I plugged this in, it sounded like a power supply being plugged in. A real serious bit of kit. But yeah, that's the power bank. Yep. So if I plug into that, plug into this, and we're charging. As you can see, it's calculating battery life. Yeah, 24 minutes, 21 minutes to full charge, 19 minutes, 18 minutes. As I said, it charges at full speed in this thing, so no fears of my devices. I could charge another one in here if I really wanted to. But I swear by these things. So if you can get yourself a RAV Power power bank, definitely do it. I can charge my laptop off there, my phone, the full works. Anyways, we're at a point now where, thanks to Amazon, RAV Power's products are near impossible to get. But I still thought I'd do an unboxing because some people might be able to get them. Because you can get them on eBay when they pop up. This is the charger. Not really much to look at per se, but this thing promises 65 watt charging. So on the back it has USB-C and a standard USB port. Obviously some specs on the bottom if you're into that kind of stuff. Not much on the back of the box, again, standard stuff. It says on the front exactly what it is. About 2019, 2020, the best battery packs you could get for your phones were Anker, RAV Power, a few of the other brands, but they were the 2 main ones that in the UK were the fastest, best quality built. May not have had all the best features, but I think RAV Power had always the best charging features for the time and for the money. So I always went for RAV Power because I knew their reliability was the same as Anker's. Pretty good. They had decent cables. You knew what you were getting with them. I don't know what happened between RAV Power and Amazon, but as soon as Amazon disbanded them, you couldn't even get their products. They just did not exist in the UK. Around the time when I first discovered them, I ended up with this battery pack. So this one is one of the first USB-C battery banks that you could get back in the day. So this one supported Quick Charge 3 and USB-C charging at Quick Charge 3 as well. But going in, it varied. At the time was rare and expensive. I mean, I also paid like nearly 60 quid for this battery pack in 2016. It's done well. You see all the standards on the back of it. If it lets me focus properly. I don't know if you can see that. It's a very old battery pack. We're in 2022 and this thing still charges fine. And it got really heavily used for Pokemon Go. But no problems. Oh yeah, so it says Quick Charge 3 at the bottom now. So this supported up to like 12-volt charging. I think silly for a phone, which was great. You could play Pokemon Go, top your battery up, and you'd still get it in a reasonable time. That was the first battery pack I come across. The next one, which I bought probably a year or two ago now, I think probably last year actually. Well, it might have been last year. So this one is another RF power one. This one's a power delivery one. And it delivers up to 80 watts, but out of the mains. So this one, so it has all the full standards on the back. This is nuts. This one's got 20-volt charging on this at 1.5 amp, which is good. That's just out of the USB-C. Out the mains, it's, as I said, 100 watt at 240 volts. And yes, this thing can push 240 volts. So on this one, I'm getting one USB-C, a USB, but this one's also got a plug. And yes, you can charge this while using the mains, but obviously that USB-C can only charge at 30 watts on charge. Discharge is, I think, about 65 watts, I think, or 45 watts. It's good. It's up to a good standard. I think it's 45 watts. But the main thing with this was the AC, which is what I need for my DJ controller. That's what this one's for, really. So if I'm out and about, as I've done my whole massive like car sound system setup, this would power my it's on 3 powers at the moment. This would power my DJ controller. That's all this was for. Not for my laptop, not for anything else. But I can tell you now for a fact, this can power my laptop and my DJ controller, but it'll last about half an hour powering the pair. But off the DJ controller, 5 or 6 hours, which is what I wanted. So both of these, 20,000 milliamp hours, which is reasonable. It means you can take it on a plane with no hassle. And as I said, I think RF Power's in China by the look of it. But very good products out of China, to be honest. Very good. I wanted to upgrade this one because this doesn't even support power delivery. It's come out a long time before power delivery. And yes, you can just get any battery pack, but none of them are as quick as the RF Power ones. So I wanted a 65 watt PD power delivery battery pack. So that's what I have here. Now you can get other brands, like Chinese brands, but I've never heard of them. I don't know about you guys, but I would not want to pay 60 quid for a battery, or even 90 quid, any of that price region for a battery pack that I've never heard of. So I opted to get this thing. So this one is a 3000 milliamp hour, 90 watt, 2-port power bank. So this thing should power a laptop from USB-C. This thing is an absolute beast. But this time no case. So this is a bit unusual for me because I've always had cases with mine. The other two came with like these little carry cases, which have been very handy. As I said, saved my bacon a few times, as you can see. Bit unfortunate, I'll have to look into getting one for this, but it definitely weighs more than the 20,000 milliamp hour one. You can definitely tell the weight. So my old one to the new one. So you can see the 20,000 milliamp hour one is longer, but this is fatter. Just millimeters fatter. So say 90 watts. That's real good. So we've got USB-C and yet a normal USB. From what I've read, the top one 65 watt, or yeah, I think it's 65 watt maximum, or 18 watt on the bottom. combined to get 90, but potentially you might be able to squeeze more than 65 watt out the USB-C on this one. Not 100% sure, but I will find out. Three dots on this one at the moment for charging. It's about 75%, somewhere in that region. Now this one's incredibly hard to see. Oh. And if you see them standards, I suppose the one that you lot are going to care about, let's have a look. Yeah, so it has an input, this thing, of 60 watts on USB-C. So out of the newest USB-C plug chargers, that's the entire plug on most of the 65 watt ones. You can get bigger, but again, this is the other problem I've had. The brands that do over 65 watts for plug charging are no-namers. Never heard of them before. The output on this thing though is, so you can get 90 watt out of the USB-C on its own. So there's people with MacBooks, this is what you would need. In the meantime, this comes with a USB-C cable, which looks pretty long. To be a free cable, it's pretty damn long. That is pretty long. That's probably what, a meter? I'd say. Yeah, about a meter. So you get a 1 meter USB-C cable with this, which is handy. So I'll give you my verdict on this thing. I've got to do all my testing and stuff, and I'll let you guys know what I think of this. It's definitely a slightly different texture compared to the rest of them. Something Wildpower's always done well. So this is a sort of a matte texture, whereas this is a satin texture, is the best way to describe that. Feels more like satin. And this one, it's that soft touch material. So you definitely want to keep this one in its bag, because that soft touch material can probably end up quite nasty. So I've got battery pack A here. It is possible to charge it with battery pack B. So depending on what you're doing with it and which one's got the lowest battery, depends on which way it goes. So if I was to plug this into here, currently this will charge this because the battery's lower on this one. Another quick thing to note, so this thing may have a 3000 milliamp hour battery, but when it's at 20 volts, so those people who like to charge their laptops, it's an interesting fact for you to learn. So at 20 volts, this thing's capacity on a laptop, especially a high powered laptop, 5000 milliamp hours. So that will help you work out whether your battery on your laptop will match this. I think 47 watt hours is some, I'd have to work it out, but that seems to be the average on a laptop. But this battery pack should charge something around that size fully almost once. Whereas the one with the plug will probably only do that to 2/3. It's interesting to know for those people who are charging laptops. Just remember the capacity is not the same.